Hola clase. Today we will be looking at tener expressions. These expressions are idiomatic phrases. Idiomatic phrases are when in one language we use one grammatical structure or one imagery to express something that in another language uses a different grammatical structure or imagery. A classic example is raining cats and dogs. So in English we say if there's a lot of rain or very strong rain, it's raining cats and dogs. But in Spanish, we say llueve a cántaros. And a cántaro is a bucket. So it's raining by the bucketful. Now, sometimes these expressions are understandable between the two cultures or languages, but sometimes they're very different. So let's take a look at how we use the verb tener for these expressions in Spanish. We already looked at these in our previous unit. And here we want to learn some expressions. So the key difference is that Spanish uses tener plus a noun, and English uses to be plus an adjective. They mean the same thing. See, tener hambre, literally to have hunger, but we say to be hungry, to be hungry. Tener sed, to be thirsty. Tener miedo, to be afraid. Tener sueño, to be sleepy, etc. So for example, you can say, tengo sueño, I'm sleepy. Bien. Here's a practice that you'll do. You'll listen to this children's song. This song is very popular, known by probably most native Spanish speakers, probably as common as Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in English. The reason we've included it is because it has a lot of tener expressions. It's talking about the little chicks and how they're hungry, how they're cold, and how their mom takes care of them. ¿Está bien? So watch that, do the exercises, and we're going to take a look at some of the handouts that we've created for you. So here's the tener expressions in tener and idiomatic expressions. And I just noticed looking at the page on the unit, I didn't put to be right and to be wrong. Tener razón, no tener razón here. So those are two that I forgot to put, but you have them on the Canvas page. Bien. But I did include some other ones so you can see. We have the classic ones, tener hambre, tener sed. We also have tener pereza, to be feeling lazy. So sometimes in English we use feel here, and it's still the same structure in Spanish, tener. To be in a hurry, tener prisa. And then we've included these two, tener calor and tener frío. Tener calor and tener frío, how you're feeling. So if it's hot outside, you're going to be hot, and if it's cold, you're going to feel cold. ¿Está bien? So let's take a look at some of examples. Tengo miedo, scared. Los perros tienen sed. The dogs are thirsty. We can ask questions. ¿Tienes hambre? Are you hungry? ¿Tienen frío los niños? Are the children cold? Tener is not used to talk about weather. So if I want to say it's cold outside, I use a different verb. We're going to study those later. It's used to talk about how sentient beings, humans, animals, feel. Bien? So, and that feeling can be a result of the weather, right? Or if you turn your AC on too low and you feel cold, tengo frío, tengo frío. Bien? To talk about objects, it's a different verb, it's estar. El café está caliente. Or the weather, hacer, hace calor. So don't confuse those. Tener is used for describing how sentient beings feel. ¿Está bien? Muy bien, pues. So here are the ones that we've come up with, plus, as we saw in the Canvas page, tener razón, to be right, and no tener razón, to be wrong. So let's take a look at a handout. Bien. So here are some pictures, and your task is to figure out which of those tener expressions these pictures reflect, and then to ask as a question for your classmate. So I could take one of them pretty clear. It's snowing outside, right? Winter in Boston or New York, and obviously it's cold. So I would ask, ¿Tienes frío? ¿Tienes frío? And my classmate would reply, no tengo frío, tengo un suéter, o sí tengo frío. ¿Está bien? So, sí tengo frío or no tengo frío. Bien. With question number 6, you want to ask cuántos. ¿Cuántos años tienes? ¿Cuántos años tienes? Tengo, count the candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tengo 5 años. Or you could ask in the third person. ¿Cuántos años tiene la niña? La niña tiene 5 años. Bien. So take a look at these pictures, figure out the expression, and practice asking and answering. Muy bien, pues. Nos vemos en clase. Adiós.